Let's talk about it. Here we go.
Have another drink, it'll make you feel better. Have another drink and you feel all right. If you feel drunk,
The head barbarian of the Wine Academy of Utah. He's Jimmy Santangelo. He runs things there at the Wine Academy of Utah with an iron fist.
That's right.
That's so we're going to talk eggnog here.
Yeah, I had an event last night. We were making wreaths up at the Red Butte Gardens for their
that sounds
donors.
fun.
Yeah, it was a sticky situation, I got to tell you. A lot of pine needles. But I was serving some wines, and I wanted to feature some eggnog. And this is Old New England Nog. It is from the Walker facility out of Boston. I've walked through this facility with my father-in-law, Dennis, and it was so fun to see. These guys have been making booze since before Prohibition. Wow. They really got popular during Prohibition, but that's another story. Yeah. And have been doing great importing and producing product ever since. They have a beautiful wine portfolio. This is just something that's real traditional. Now, what is eggnog? It is a dairy-based product. It is pasteurized, so it's shelf-stable, and you want to refrigerate it after opening. And this has this beautiful cinnamon throughout, spice, all your clove. Just think all your Christmas spices.
It tastes like Christmas.
There's a lot of flavors colliding.
It is clearly creamy. It's full-bodied. It's got a big mouthfeel. Alcohol, 15% alcohol by volume. What is the alcohol? It's blended with 3 different spirits. Really? You have rum, Kentucky whiskey, and cognac.
That's what I'm getting.
Classic, right. It's just classic.
I'm trying to place all the flavors that are in this.
It's so good. And my wife, Joni, she loves this in a iced latte. She doesn't drink iced coffee, but when this comes out, so Christmas morning, what I do, we do a pot of coffee, and then I'll shake up. When they hear it shaking, it's like tradition. They know all the little, and everybody gets one. Everybody gets one, so it's a lot of fun.
But if not in coffee, how else do you drink eggnog?
Cold. I was talking to a gal last night. She likes this lowly simmered and warm. She prefers it warm. I've never had it warm.
I've not either. No.
But this is an iced. You just set it over a couple of rocks, ice cubes, and you are good to go.
See, for me, I'd have a shot glass is what I'd have.
Yeah.
just
a shot at a time.
A little bit too much.
I have a little milk frother. I might put this in that and then put it in hot coffee.
Oh, I like that.
I might do that on Christmas.
I have a big milk frother, and I might do that at my place. I have a big one.
I got to tell you, Bill, you're not here in the studio, but Gina's really taking a shine to this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But Nog. So why is it called Nog?
I don't know.
Well,
nobody knows.
I looked it up. So according to the Old English or the Oxford English Dictionary, Nog was a kind of beer brewed in East Anglia a long time ago. The first known use of the word Nog was in 1693, but alternatively, and I think this is probably right, Nog stems from the word noggin, which is a Middle English term for a small carved wooden mug used to serve alcoholic beverages in. So it was the noggin, the little
what's
mug.
the egg part? There's no egg in this, right?
No, they don't use the word egg, so perhaps there's no egg.
Oh, it just says nog.
It just says nog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Traditional eggnog does have egg cream in it.
Well, and we tried making nog one year, eggnog one year, and it just didn't quite work out. But
Let the professionals do it.
Yeah, Old New England. Get it today at a local store near you.
Do you have any questions?
We do have some questions here. Let's see. Sarah here. My dad used to make hot toddies when he was sick.
Sure.
He died before I could get his recipe. Do you have any good recipe for hot toddies?
So hot toddies are typically whiskey-based, hot water, and a little bit of honey. So what I recommend is breaking your honey down first, breaking it down by dissolving it so it's not all glumpy at the bottom, breaking it down with hot water before you put it into then this hot toddy. But that whiskey, hot water, and sweet. I prefer honey as the sweet.
Put a little, Gina's husband's recipe. It calls for lemon juice and cardamom.
Yes, it's delicious.
Both, and it's That's how I did it. I made one earlier this week.
I know.
Nice.
I was saying, I wish I was sick so I could have one, and then it dawned on me, I could just have a hot toddy.
I don't know if you'll be able to answer this or not, Jimmy. Although I'm confident that you can answer just about any question, but try this one. Austin texting in. Good morning. My question is: I've been invited to a Harry Potter themed Christmas party.
Uh-oh.
I don't drink, but I've been assigned to bring an adult butter beer. Any ideas?
Yeah, so there is a local distillery. What the heck is it? It might be from Ogden's Own or another
I think
one.
You're right. Yeah, let me look.
Yeah, they've got a liqueur that would complement, like a liquor, an alcoholic beverage that would complement this with root beer, like, or the butter beer, right? And then what makes, so you've been to Disney and had the butter beer at the Harry Potter?
No.
You haven't?
No.
So you can go right up to the bar and they give you these big old things. So the kids get the butterbeer glasses. We still have them, the mugs at the house, and they got their butterbeer, but they also have adult butterbeer. I forget the spirit that was in it, but I do remember when having it, I'm like, I wish this was rum. Because it's got the rum, root beer, but then what's going to make it frothy? Just a little scoop. Think of like a root beer float. That's all you got to start thinking about. Not as much ice cream, but that's what's going to give you that frothy.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I just Googled butter beer, and there are 3 recipes that pop right up if you want to make butter beer.
There you go.
How to make it.
But those aren't alcoholic. You need to add alcohol to them.
Gina, any one of them you could put alcohol
You
in.
can put some rum in it or something like that. Here's a text. I want to try scotch, but I don't know anything about it or what to try first.
Scotch can be scary.
Stay away. Stay away.
I work your way up to scotch.
Yeah.
So it's so funny. I always hear about. So try a blended scotch. Just Monkey Shoulder is a delicious one to start with. That is actually a blend of single malt scotches blended together.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet, even almost.
Yeah, it is. And you have scotches are softer. You're going to have more of the grain. Like when you're like, I don't know what I'm tasting. That's the grain. That's the grain. Here in America, we love our new American oak, so that those vanillins are going to kind of overwhelm the grainy profile. Although our grains punch through, but in Scotland for Scotch and even Irish whiskey, they're using barrels that had already been used once before. So you're not going to get as much of that, barrel effect. Impact covering up those flavors, so it's very grainy, but I would recommend Monkey Shoulder all day.
Yeah.
And finally, this question: is a fuzzy navel a good beginner drink for ex-religious people? I would say it is the beginner drink.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, absolutely. That sweet style peach. What is that? Peach schnapps and
it's easy.
that I just got brought back to Florida spring break, like
Exactly.
'89.
That is the one. Now here's a quick butterbeer recipe.
Okay.
All right. 1 liter of cream soda, 2 to 3 teaspoons of butter, 2 to 3 teaspoons of brown sugar, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and 4 to 5 Werther's Originals. I don't know what you put it. Werther's Originals. In there,
There's your
but
caramel.
then
Because butterbeer
Those
has
are
kind of
caramel
a
candies,
they kind
yeah.
of have a butterscotch.
it said you could put butterscotch schnapps in.
Oh, that's what I would do
Butterscotch
instead of the
schnapps.
Werther's, because you're never going to break those down.
Yeah, you're not gonna break
like
those
dissolve them.
Anyway, there you
Well, thanks, guys. And you know what? I'm super excited about
Scotland.
Scotland coming up June 21st. We already have 2 folks joining us. It's a trip for 14 people. Kim Dastrup, our yoga and meditative instructor. Me on the stick for all Scotch needing things. It's going to be a great trip. So go to the wineacademyofutah.com for more information.
Leave the eggnog.
Gina said that you work your way up to Scotch.
Yeah.
I worked my way up to Scotch, and then I worked my way back down again.